Welcome back to our channel. We have an unusual episode today because we're going to use a time machine and go back in time to the year 2016 when we actually took delivery of this 2016 M3. So we built this car with the philosophy of less is more. This is a competition package, Dakar yellow individual paint, 6-speed manual. The only options we checked off was the LED headlights and the sunscreen for the rear windows and the power rear window shade for the back window. The production overall took only 4 months, I believe, to build this car, so it was pretty quick, and then pretty much the car was ready for delivery. So we got notified the car arrived at the New York dealership on the end of August. We asked them to perform the PPI, but not remove any of the protective film, leave the window sticker, don't wash the car. So they pretty much just performed the initial PPI, got the car situated, and then once the paperwork was done, the car was shipped to us here in California. So these photos are at the dealership prior to the PPI. You can see the car is pretty much brand spanking new. Nothing's been done to it at this point, and it's just waiting for transport to us. So with much anticipation and excitement, the car finally arrived in California a couple weeks later. We're pretty careful with the car, so we didn't remove any of the film. We shuttled the car back to the shop. We had the whole car detailed, film removed, and then we added the PPF to the front of the vehicle. And then as you can see here, the car only had 7 miles when we got the particular car, so that was really nice. Now, besides the typical areas where you cover with PPF, we also did the A-pillars, the carbon roof itself. Then we wrapped the side mirrors, the lower splitters, and then finally, we added the scrape armor guard to the bottom of the vehicle. All of this protects the painted areas, as well as gives the car a very unique look. So one of my hobbies is I like to frame all the window stickers, the Maroni sticker they call it, because years later you can go back and refer to it and see all the options on the vehicle. This is the original Maroni sticker along with the original keys for the car. So I'm a big numbers guy, and when you look at the F80 M3 and how many units they produced, over 100,000, the car cannot be rare. But then when you look at the Dakar yellows and you look at the numbers produced, now you're talking pretty rare numbers at only 21 units. My son was roughly 4 years old when we took delivery of this car. And one of the primary reasons we got it was for Dad to be able to share a fun vehicle and take 2 kids out at the same time to different events. So you'll see him pop up throughout the video as he ages. So modification-wise, this car really never needed much. I think when we first got the car, we lowered the car, of course. We added the 5-speed exhaust. And then through the years, we've gone through, 3-4 sets of wheels. We started with the TE37 Ultra Editions. Then we went to the BBS FIRs, which were super lightweight. But we didn't think the FIRs looked right on the car because the car has a kind of a blend of classy and also sporty nature. So we finally settled on our classic BBS LMs. These are 20-inch LMs behind me, and these are the wheels that we settled with for the car. Other than that, the car really hasn't had any modifications for the past couple of years. That tells you how great the car is. We just drive it the way it is. We added the roof rack, which is in a separate video if you guys want to see how it was done. But other than that, we added a little bit of carbon aero to the exterior, and that was it. So pretty much the car sits as it is now. I think how it's going to look for a long time. On this M3, we never planned to track the car, so we just added the KWHAS kit, which is a cup kit. This allows the M3 to be lowered, but maintains the stock struts on the vehicle. With the BMW individual Dakar yellow paint, this car is guaranteed to stand out. Whether you park next to exotics or any number of cars, it will always pop. In this particular case, it's parked next to an F80 M3 in Dakar yellow, and it still stands out. In the back? You want to tell the YouTube video guys what you guys think of the back seat?
Awesome and comfy.
Awesome and comfy. Do you like the sun screens in the back?
Yes.
Why do you like it?
Because it blocks the sun out of my face so I can sleep better.
This is what I love most about the manual is this sound. I mean, this sound is just perfect for this car. I mean, right now we are driving with the valves open, so you get a little bit of backfire, a little bit of burble to it, but it's not obtrusive. I mean, you can still carry on a conversation with 4 people, 5 people, and there's no issues. There's no drone. I get a lot of people riding the back of this car, so it's got to be quiet. So there you can hear the burble a little bit, but it's not too loud. And right now, of course, the windows are closed. Drop a gear. Or if you really want to go fast, drop 2 gears. Scared anymore, right? So here's 2 Dakar yellow M3s, a E46 and of course the F80 side by side. You know, here you can see some of the different wheels we've done. This is the Volk TE37s. This is how it looks when we had it at the show at the very beginning. And then later we swapped it to the BBS FIRs, which you can see here that have the holes in them. And here my daughter is showing off the car and the wheels again. And then finally, how the interior of the car looks. Now here the BBS FIRs on top and the BBS LMs on the bottom side by side. And finally here you can see speed yellow versus Dakar yellow. So one of the cool things about the F80 platform is it's still offered in a manual transmission, but the car is so usable, right? It's so functional. It's got 5 seats, it's got a massive trunk, it's got a reclinable back seat so you can fold them down and put a lot of large objects in it. And one of the cool things we like about the car is if you notice the back window, you can see my dog in the back there, the window rolls down all the way. A lot of cars these days, the back window doesn't roll down. And these are the kind of things that I think that if you guys pay attention to the details, it's what makes this car so usable, right? With a car like this. Ella, she loves how the windows roll all the way down. When we bought this car only had a couple options. This was a competition package, F80, 2016. We only got it with the LED headlights and we got it with the sunshades in the back for the kids. And let's walk around the back, I'll show you why. I mean, just looking at the license plate, it kind of is self-explanatory what this particular car is used for. Because there's a lot of sports cars out on the market right now. And sports cars, they're great. You know, we love sports cars, but you know, typically they're only a 2-seater, so they're not very usable. With a car like this, Dad's bus, we can use this thing for pretty much everything. You know, going to Costco, I had my parents in the car with 2 kids, got the dog in here. I mean, it's a 6-speed manual, it's blistering fast, and it sounds very good with a few very basic mods on it. So doing a quick walk around on the car, we haven't really done much to it lately. When we first bought the car, we put the KW Haas kit on it to give it a nice silhouette and drop, which you can see the stance is almost perfect. This is with the KWs. We had different sets of wheels on it. I think we started out with Volk TE37s, went to BBS FIRs. I didn't like the FIRs. We finally settled on the LMs, which really give the car its character, I think, because it is a classy car, it is sporty, and the polished lips definitely look good. The only other mods on this car, besides some, you know, carbon exterior aero, rock guards, splitters in the front, and I think we got the Fab Speed exhaust. But other than that, the car is pretty much stock from the motor-wise. If you do notice, this car does have the carbon roof. The carbon roof is really cool. We had to actually modify it to allow the BMW OEM roof rack to be mounted, if you notice. Because normally the roof rack with carbon roofs, there are no holes drilled. So you have to carefully position the holes, drill them blindly, and then attach it with BMW hardware. But now this car is fully functional because we can get a Thule roof box on here for even more functionality. Now from the business end, the back side, you can see this car is pretty aggressive. It's not crazy. It's not, you know, wide body or anything like that, but it's got all the necessary elements, you know, from the diffuser to the side skirts to the rock guards to the 20-inch, you know, flush fitment with the lowered suspension. Overall, this car has a very aggressive look to it. It's very clean, but at the same time, it doesn't rub, which is really important to me. And pretty much you can drive this car anywhere. If you notice, this car does not have a front lip. We added a Scrape Armor 5-piece scrape guard kit to the bottom along with the splitters, and that is the best mix for daily driving. Because once you start adding lips to this car, you destroy the drivability factor. Now, looking at the inside, it's very simplistic. We didn't do much to it at all. We added a carbon steering wheel with custom stitching, custom Alcantara, change some of the buttons to yellow, maybe change the shift knob, but otherwise the interior is just stock. There's nothing inside that screams anything crazy because we have to use this car on a daily basis. So we don't want bucket seats, 5-point seat belts, roll cages, or anything crazy like that. Speaking of functionality, here's the car with the Thule roof box wrapped in a Mandalorian scheme. We use this box to load up all of our gear for car shows, and essentially this car becomes a pickup truck, believe it or not. Now I want to give a special shout out to my friend Robert because he's always helping us make these projects come to fruition, working behind the scenes, because without him, we'd never be able to get these projects done, especially for something so intricate like this Thule roof box. It's priceless being able to take multiple kids in the car, as you can see, and definitely this car is kid approved. Okay, so we ordered this car back in 2016. It's 2025 now, so 9 years has passed. In those 9 years, we bought the car when my kids were still babies and toddlers. Now they're pretty much teenagers. The car has aged very gracefully. We put 30-some thousand miles on it in 9 years, and the car runs picture perfect. No issues, just basic maintenance. We don't track the car, so we don't put a lot of wear and tear on it, but it is a very, very reliable platform. Of course, in those past couple years, now the G80 platform is out, and we thought about it at one point to try a G80, but we don't really like the look of it, can't get over the front end, so finally we said no more, so we decided to stick with this car and we're not ordering the G80. So let's see how this car stands the test of time in the next couple years as we do drive this car more. Hopefully you guys get to see more of it as we go through different things. Enjoy and see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.